Right, everybody, welcome back to part 2. So after a meal, I am ready to record this, and it only took like an hour and a half to upload, which is really fun. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Hopefully it won't be as long as the last video. I'm shooting for like 6 minutes. That's why I'm talking super fast. See, I can do that because I'm cool. All right, Mannequin Man, go over there. So if you haven't seen part 1, you should go see part 1 because part 1 is pretty cool. We talked about this unnamed game that I made with Danny before we made Sketchbook Chronicles Beta, and we showed off these monster cards. So now we're going to look at the other type of card in the game, which is factory cards, which are like the spell cards in my current game right now. Well, they're called page cards. I was going to say Yu-Gi-Oh, but then I said my game. Alright, so, let's get right into it. So first up, we got Elixir Pump here, and over here it says how many turns the card can stay on the field, and then it's a factory card, and then what it does. So +1 elixir per turn for 3 turns. So instead of gaining your 3 elixir per turn or whatever, now you gain 4 when this card is on the field. And then here we got EMP. So when it says 0 turns, that just means that when it goes on the field, it just immediately goes to the discard pile after the effect goes into effect. So have all opponent's creatures attack for 3 turns. I don't know why I wouldn't just say 3 turns and then just say have all opponent's creatures attack. That's a good question. So we got Super Laser, and stays on the field for 2 turns. Destroy 1 factory card on the field once per turn. Why you would need that for 2 turns, I don't really know. Evil Sword, +10 attack to each of your monsters. Pelt. Deal 10 damage to each of your opponent's creatures, +10 damage for each fire monster on the field. How that has to do with fire? I don't know. There's a lot of questionable things in this game. Bacteria. Yeah, this is a cute card. And deal 200 MG to your opponent's life points. Oh, it says 20 damage. That D just looks like a D. I mean, it just looks like a D. Yeah, that's a pretty good quote. Soaps 2017. That D looks like a D. Alright, Elixir Merchant. 3 stays on the field for 3 turns. Just had a brain fart. For every 2 elixir you gain. Okay, let's just start over. Okay, Elixir Merchant, we got stays on the field for 3 turns. For every 2 elixir you spend, gain 1. I remember this card being like a staple in every deck that we would make. And because it was just really good, for any amount that you spend, you get half back. Pretty much. So yeah, this is an interesting card. Except we got Meat Packing. Each of your monsters gain +10 HP per turn, and it goes up by 10 each turn. The art on this card is kind of funny looking. So we got Missile, which reminds me of the Clash Royale Missile, and I'm guessing that's what I based it off of. And kill 1 5 elixir creature or less. And then this is a quality Danny card that he made after Han Solo in episode 6 of Star Wars, and these are the Ewoks poking him when he was on the sticks when C-3PO saved them as pretending to be their god or whatever. So don't point that thing at me, and it stays on the field for 2 turns. Opponent cannot attack the highest elixir monster on your field, and this was a pretty fun card too. I might remake that into a card in Sketchbook Chronicles. Probably not the art because it's copyright. But it's pretty fun. I'll put that to the side so I can look back to that later. Shield Up, and it stays on the field for X amount of turns. All of your monsters gain a sheed. They gain a sheed to block 1 attack. Costs 1 elixir for every monsters. Okay, so that's, so I'll translate it for you. I know you probably don't speak gibberish, but I'll help you out right there. So all of your monsters gain a shield to block 1 attack. And for every monster that you want to give a shield, you must pay 1 ink. Yeah. Next up, we got Flip Side. Alright, and it stays on the field for 1 turn, and can be played on enemy turn. Reversal stat buff. So let's say your opponent places a card that, oh, your monster gain plus 10 attack. Psych. Now it subtracts plus 10 attack. So it's like upside down round from Chaos Galaxy. Except we got Magic 8 Ball. And for some reason it's down here instead of up there. I'm not really too sure about that. So it stays on the field for 3 turns. Draw 1 card every turn and play it immediately. If you can, gain 2 ink. If not, you lose 20 life points. So I remember this was a pretty fun card. It was basically for the 3 turns that you have this on the field, you got to draw a card, place it. You do what it says. So it was a fun chance card, and if you couldn't do it, it was pretty bad. But if you could, it was a really strong steamrolling card. Actually, we're going to take a break, and we're going to look at these factory card zones that I made to go along with this, just like the Chaos Galaxy zones. How many times can I reference Chaos Galaxy? That's a good question. A million times. Just like his view count, right, guys? So we got this one that says whoops at the bottom. I tried to make them all different. This one with a baby, I think that was a card in the game. I don't really remember. That one has bad spelling and dank memes. And then this one has a pig on it. You know what? I think we're missing some of the cards. There was this. I'm going to tell you about this because these were pretty fun cards. We can blame this on Danny because he transferred these cards for me after I left them at his house. Is that we don't have any of the Pig Rider cards, which were like Clash Royale ripoffs, kind of. I mean, yeah, in Clash of Clans, I guess, too. But they were Hog Riders, basically, except we called them Pig Riders, and there's pigs and stuff. And that was one of the pigs. So I wonder where they went. Probably where One Hump Lightning Camel went. So if you see One Hump Lightning Camel, look out for some pigs, right? All right, this one's for a racer guy that I also don't think we showed you, and this one's for Spearworms, which also is I don't think I showed you. So yeah, we're missing a lot of cards, but at least you got to see some of them remade on the factory zones. Except we got Archer Tower. This was like Danny's favorite card in the whole game. Understandably, I mean, it's just so beautiful. And it does 10 damage to your opponent's strongest monster for every turn for 4 turns. So we got Fire Department. Fire monster's attack is -10, which is, I don't know if that's even good, but nothing like building your deck around facing opponent. I don't know, see, like, I have trouble with games that, like, to me that doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be able to build a deck around knowing what your opponent has in their deck. Like, that just seems, well, obviously, like, you can counter trends, like meta cards. So let's say maybe a card allows your opponent to draw a lot of cards. Maybe you can negate that effect. Like, that makes sense. But just building, let's say your opponent has a Storm deck, and then you just have cards that beat Storm cards, it kind of makes it unfair and kind of stupid. So this was a kind of useless card unless you knew your opponent was using fire cards, which still I don't really get why you would use it, because it doesn't make your deck very versatile. Next up we got Shield Outfitter. All of your monsters gain plus 15 HP for 4 turns. And then Sniper Tower. Attack one creature dealing half of its health. This was really strong against the monsters that would just stay on the field for forever. So we got Storm Cloud. And it's stays on the field for 3 turns. All Storm cards can attack twice per turn for an extra 1 battle point. Alright, so that was the no-name card game. If you guys enjoyed this 2-parter, smash that like button. Oh yeah, do it for Mana Command. Do it for me. Do it for the channel. Oh, I almost just knocked over the camera. So yeah, say goodbye, Monocle Man. Oh my god, we may as well just name you Monocle Man, because apparently that's what I'm calling you now. Okay, say goodbye, Mannequin Man, and I'll see you in the next video.